What's up, guys? Falcon back again to make another video. This car right here is a 2008 Ford Edge. What we have here is basically I have water or coolant in the oil. So on this particular car, the water pump, it's gonna be run by the timing chain itself, so it's gonna be within the proximity of the oil itself. So my train of thought is this is either gonna be a head gasket job or a water pump job. Either way, I'm gonna have to take off most of this to get in there just to check if the water pump is leaking itself. Once I get there, I can put water, pressurize the system, see if it's leaking to the block itself. If not, it's gonna be a head job. So either way, we need to get there to check it out. So for starters, I already disconnected the battery, but I'm gonna take off the battery, the airbox, and the air hose here, and eventually I need to take off also the intake, maybe move the computer out of the way so I have more room in here. So not gonna go step by step, just kind of give you some glimpse of everything as I'm running through it and kind of give you an idea of my train of thought here. So first off, I'm gonna take off basically everything from here to give me more room, and then start moving all these wires out of the way, and I'll come back. Alright, so here is what we have so far. Remove the airbox and the battery, the airbox tray, and I already removed the computer, just 10mm nuts, and then the ground that goes over there. And I'm gonna pull this up to the side with this connector. Probably didn't have to remove the whole thing, but I like to make some room. I don't want to run into any issues later. So next thing is I'm gonna take off the intake. Looks like 8 or 10mm, 8mm bolts here all the way around. There should be another one in the back, maybe a bracket holding it, you know, the intake with a block. There's usually something back there along those lines. We got a bunch of connectors here, and then there should be like a water line going into this also. When we take this off, next step is going to be to remove the valve covers. Of course, remove the coils first. What else? The lower intake, that can stay there. Well, depending, if we're just going to do the water pump, that can stay there. We're going to do a head job, then we're going to have to remove everything, but that's where we're at. And those are the next steps I'm going to take, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, so here we are. Remove the intake. Here's the intake right here. It has 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 4, yeah, 6 8mm bolts. The bracket I was talking to you guys about is actually going to be down here on that 5th bolt in the bottom, and it's going to be connected to the lower part of the head on that side. It was actually a lot easier if you remove the throttle body, which is actually just 4 8mm also. Just take it off and it gives you more room back there on the side. As far as the back, there is no really bracket back there. There's just these 2 hoses. This one, which goes to the back valve cover, and then this one, here you go, so you can see it better. This one, which goes to the brake booster. So just undo the clamp here, and then once you take all these bolts off, you can move this a little bit and wiggle the whole hoses out. So that's it for the intake. Next is gonna be removing the valve covers and all the wires that go around here. Like I said, on these 2 connectors, I was able to move everything as one harness out of the way on this side, so it makes it a lot easier. So now I'm going to take off all the ignition coils, put them off to the side, and all the wiring, so I can take off the valve covers, because I need to be able to get to the timing chain cover. So there you go. Alright guys, so here we are. Took out both valve covers and timing chain cover. Taking off the valve covers is really not that big of an issue. Here we have the valve covers. As you can see, it's all milky inside. Of course, to take off the timing cover, you have to take off the front top motor mount. Here's a bracket for it. Basically all the parts and pieces I had to take off. This right here is the timing cover. Same thing, all milky and gooey. But good news, I figured out the issue, which is basically what I thought it was gonna be. So we do not have a bad head gasket or anything like that. We have a bad fuel pump. That's the fuel pump. Let me get the light to shine on it. That's the fuel pump right there. Right there. So, I mean, this right here, of course, is normal from all the water being there. That really has nothing to do with the issue. I'm gonna apply pressure with my pressure system. I already just filled it up with water. That's it, nothing else. So I'm gonna put pressure on the system, and we should be able to see water leaking off of there, off of the water pump. So here we are, pumping pressure in. I'm about 5 psi right now. Moving on to 10 psi, and we can see the water dripping from the water pump. So we have a bad water pump gasket. So there's our issue. It's not going to be a head gasket job or anything like that. We just have a bad water pump. So of course, to do the water pump job on this vehicle, I have to take off the timing chain. I'm gonna have to replace all the guides just to be on the safe side. Replace all the guides. Timing chain itself is probably good still. You really don't replace them unless they stretch out, which is rare. So I'm gonna put new tensioners, new guides on the timing chain itself. And if you guys must know, I'll take a picture. I'll show you guys the basically the timing guides, the timing marks on the timing chain itself. That way, if you guys are ever gonna do this, let me take a quick video of that. That way you guys know. And alright, well, here it is. I got my timing marks all set up. Here is one. You see the dot under that one. The other one right there. And if you see, those are bright orange. And the bottom one, it's right there. It's a little bit more different color on the chain, and then that dot. So everything's aligned, everything's in time. So now I'm just gonna take off the timing chain, timing tension, and replace that water pump and follow everything back. So hope this helps somebody. Don't forget, guys, to subscribe, like, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.